Morning, everybody. Good to see you. I want to say good to see you again. Of course, you can see me, but I can't see you right now. But looking forward to it when we all get together again. Hey, phone rang at the church one time, and the secretary answered and said, hello. And there's a gruff voice, a deep voice, and other, and says, I want to speak to the head hog at the trough. And she said, sir, what'd you say? He said, I want to speak to the head hog at the trough. He said, well, if you're referring to our pastor, I want to ask you to have a little more respect for him. You call him Brother David, or you call him pastor, or sir, something like that, but don't refer to him as a hog. The man said, oh, I'm sorry. I was wanting to speak to him about the fact that I wanted to give $20,000 to his retirement fund. The secretary said, oh, well, hey, I see the big pig coming in right now. I'm sure he wants to talk to you. Head hog. Hey, you remember that famous line in Luke where the guy hanging on the cross told Jesus, his Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom? I want to read that passage to you real quick. Found in this, we'll start with verse 42 of Luke chapter 23. Jesus and the two thieves are on the cross, they're dying, and one of the criminals who was hanged blasphemed him, saying, if you are the Christ, save yourself and us. But the other one said, here's where our story kicks in. But the other one answered and said, rebuking him, said, do you not even fear God, seeing you under the same condemnation? And we justly, for we receive the due reward for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said to Jesus, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus said to him, assuredly, I say unto you, today you will be with me in paradise. Jesus said those words, I say unto you. Isn't it amazing and isn't it wonderful that there's not some committee that decides whether we go to heaven or not? Can you just imagine some old crusty Baptist committee deciding, well, let's check his Sunday school record, his attendance. Let's check his tithing record. Let's see if he's been good enough. Let's see if he's been a good daddy or father or a good citizen. Let's see if he voted right. Wonder if he was a Democrat or a Republican. Some committee like that. In fact, I heard of one committee that visited, in fact, it was the deacons committee that visited the pastor when he had his gallbladder taken out. He was laid up in the hospital. And the deacon said, good news, Pastor. We voted down at the church to keep you on the prayer list, 24 to 27. So we're keeping you on the prayer list. That's how committee works sometimes. Actually, I'm just kidding about that. But aren't you glad to know that Jesus cut through all the red tape, got down to the real nitty-gritty, the bare bones of being saved, said, I'm telling you, today you'll be with me in paradise. The man shows up in paradise. Jesus, of course, is already there, preaching to the saints there. And can you imagine as everybody looked up and wondered who this was? Because he had no record whatsoever being in church or among church people. But Jesus simply said, this one's with me. That's all we need. All we need to know is the assurance that Jesus Christ gives us, that he belongs to us and we belong to him. In that faith, walk today. I love you, miss you, look forward to seeing you again. Take care now. Bye-bye.